Good morning, welcome to Morning View on Thursday the 27th of July. This is Kim Watson speaking for Ezeetrader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and yesterday we ended up selling off actually a little bit more than I expected, but it is still sitting there within the range, a bit of an inside day, not a surprise following quite a big day that we had the previous day there. Now we're sitting here consolidated. I'm sort of looking at the pattern. It's sort of put this low in. If we were to start moving from here, we could see a push to the upside. To me, it's looking like an AB, and it could be in a C or 1, 2, sort of 3 wave pattern potentially. So there is that possibility we could be pushing higher. Now we have sort of in the shorter time frames on the hourly basis, from an hourly basis. Put higher low in there, so it's just whether or not from here we can find some sort of base to turn around and push back up for the Asian session highs and maybe yesterday's highs in the R1. So at the moment I'm erring towards the upside, and what I'm looking at here now, it's just coming off its 21 at the moment, so if this can hold, it may just come back down to the pivot again. But any sort of break of that 50 MA, I think really I'd then be looking at yesterday's low. So at the moment, erring towards the upper side here. Okay, the pound. Now yesterday it put us in a daily pivot swing there, so it ended up relatively bullish looking. Very consolidated at the moment, as you can see from the hourlies, 4 hourlies rather, and the hourlies. Well, it shows you a similar, I mean, this huge consolidation pattern throughout most of yesterday. I mean, it just consolidated. It was a typical trading holiday. Anyway, so it did finally move down, but now bouncing again. It's actually caught its daily pivot by the looks of things there. So again, though, from this pattern, from the daily pattern, it may suggest if we can break these highs that we could be pushing up for yesterday's highs and maybe the R1. We could though just end up just chopping along further, the way it's looking at the moment, the shape of it. Any break of this trend line here may see us chase down to the hourly 50. It'll be a sort of next target, and towards those low, I say afternoon lows from yesterday. As I say, I would be erring towards the more bullish side of things, but it's quite early at the moment. Okay, looking at the dollar yen, and dollar yen again is yesterday, so it gained some strength. The yen gained some strength against dollar there, just pulled back, found the lower bands there, and we're bouncing off those again now. It could well, I mean, it was just looking at where we are. We could get a follow through from where we are. It's quite I mean, what it's done at the moment, it's just left us quite sort of choppy on this 4 hourly. The bigger picture would suggest possibly more upside. The 4 hourly is not really giving us too much, and in fact, when you look at the hourlies, it's very difficult to read there. It's just in a sideward motion. If it does fail, well, if it starts breaking down, obviously we've got daily pivot untouched below, which has a reasonable probability of being hit, so that's certainly got a chance. If it pushes to the upside, well, we just can get a continuation. The R1 would be obviously a near-term target, then looking at the prior lows and maybe pushing up then back towards that 124.47 area. Difficult one to read at the moment though. It's just chopping pretty sideward. And then the Aussie dollar. Sometimes you look at these markets and you think, am I missing something here? Because they're so difficult to read. Aussie dollar is still in range here as well, and it's just big 4 hourly bars, rangy bars, but not going anywhere, not really giving us much in the way of direction. Generally I've been erring towards the downside on the Aussie. Has though got the daily pivot untouched above us at the moment, so any sort of rallies could see us running up towards that area in the 50 MA again. Whether it passes that is another matter. The way it's just moving, it's just pretty range bound at the moment. Break of the lows, well, it's quite messy. It's been sort of sitting around that area of 73.60, and there seems to be some demand around that sort of area up until now, but it's been there several times. Break of that level could see us down towards the S1 and maybe back down to Tuesday's lows or beyond. So it's if anything, it's looking bearish at the moment. It's certainly looking bearish from this pattern that we're seeing here, but consolidating it with an untouched daily pivot. So any reversals, I'm trying to line things up. The euro, the pound erring towards the upper bullish side. The yen's looking weak, so dollar yen, so it could push up as well, which is counter. And this looks weak, so we've got two currencies looking particularly weak. So and two looking erring towards the upside, so it'll be a key morning. Okay, news-wise today, there is not a massive amount of news coming out. We've got UK retail sales that may give us a bit of volatility around 9:30 for the pound. Beyond that, we've got core retail sales in Canada at 1:30. So if you're looking at the Canadian dollar, US dollar weekly unemployment claims at 1:30. Nothing much else there in terms of significant news. So, we got the German Buber President Weidmann speaking at 3:15. So may get a bit of volatility around 3:15. He tends to rock the market sometimes. So 3:15 this afternoon, but up until then, not a lot. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's already happened. But there was the Greek government debt crisis vote, which has already passed this morning. So there we go. Right. Okay. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.